Hey students, let's go over the fled, flight, and flew. The bases and heights of the red, white, and blue. Wow, it rhymes, right? Nice, good job. Rhymes, good job, really creative. The red, white, and blue rectangles are given. Answer the questions about them. Okay, so as you can see, I've done some pre-work here. We have a base of 3x and a height of 6. So spoiler, you're gonna have to find the areas of each of them. So if you go base times height, base times height, base times height, you'll get the areas. That's the very first thing I would do as soon as you see this problem is I would find the areas of all three rectangles. So let's see, 3x times 6 would be an 18x. Oop, my Sharpie is not working so good. Here we go. So your 18x, again, that's the area. 7y times 2 would be a 14y. And then 10 times 5x would be a 50x. All right, sweet. I have all of my areas, all right? That's gonna be the number one thing you should do when attacking this problem because look what it says. It says, write a function rule for the total area of all three rectangles. So here's the format, you should type it in, okay? Here we go. So you would type area equals the number of x values. Well, there was 18 x's and there was 50 x's, so I would say 68x plus the number of y's. So we have 14y. So type it just like this format. I try to, with these more complicated answers, I try to give you the suggested format. Well, it's not just a suggestion. This is the only way it'll accept the answer. A equals number times x plus number times y. You came up with a 68 and 14 because, again, you combined the x values, and then there's only one 14y. All right, so here we go. First part done. Let's answer the rest of the questions. What do we got here? It says, if x equals 2 and y equals 3, find the area. Oh, so basically now that we have this function of x and y, we can now plug in x and y values and then find the a. Okay, nice. Let's do that really quick. I can just write it right above here. So 68 times 2 plus 14 times 3. There we go. That's not too bad. Just plug it right in and let's do some math. 68 times 2 plus 14 times 3 is going to be 178. All right, that's not too bad. Another method, I would not recommend this at all, is maybe you could go back up to the originals, and then you could actually plug in the 2. So you can go 3 times 2 and get 6, then do 6 times. I don't know, I wouldn't recommend that. Yeah, I wouldn't go back to the originals and plug them in. I mean, you could do that to check, but if you've already made the total function to find everything, why would you go back and find all the individual pieces? That'd be kind of silly. I mean, you could put a 3 right there, you could put a 3 right there, and a 2 right there, but I don't know. This is more efficient, I believe. So anyway, okay, next one. It says, if x equals 5 and a equals 452, find y. Ooh, what? Well, let's see if we can, let's just use the function. Let's use the function. So a, 452 equals 68 times 5 plus 14y. Oh, this is just like a two-step equation. Oh, that's not so bad. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cheat. Watch this. I'm going to just, instead of simplifying, normally a good math teacher would tell you to simplify, then solve. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to subtract the 68 times 5, not because I'm lazy, but because I just don't want to have to write it out. So maybe that is lazy. I don't know. Okay, look, it cancels anyway. I don't really care. So 452 minus 68 times 5 would be the same thing anyway. So I don't have a lot of room. It's not my fault. There's not a lot of room in here. Okay, so don't judge me. Don't judge me, man. 452 minus 68 times 5. Again, double check. I plugged in a 5. There we go. Now that's what y is going to equal. Nope, that's what 14y is going to equal. So we have 112 equaling 14y. So divide by 14. Lesson learned. I'm probably going to do this on the side somewhere. I'm going to do the next one. Look at all this room over here. Should have done it over there. Hindsight's always 20/20. 112 divided by 14 is 8. Okay, good. I was hoping I'd get a nice number. Y equals 8. Boom. Here we go. Oh, man, we're getting mean here. Look at this. What do we got? If A equals 500, so again, do the same function. We have 546 for the A value equals, we don't have a x value, so that would be, so we have a 68x. If you don't have an x value, guess what? It stays in the function, but we do have a y value, so we're going to go plus 14 times 5. What does it want? Find the blue area. What? The blue area is 50x. I've got no... Oh, I know what to do. I know what to do. Maybe if I solve for x and then plug x in, I can get the... Oh, there we go. So this one's tricky. I got to solve for x and then use x. That never happens in algebra. It actually happens all the time. The number one type of problem that gets missed is sometimes you have to solve for the variable, like I'm doing right here. And then some people think they're done when they solve for x. No, no, no. We actually need to solve for x, and then we need to use x to answer one more question. What was it? Oops, sorry. Didn't mean to do that. It was y5 again. Just double checking. Sometimes I write things in wrong. I get moving too fast, and I make the mistakes. We have 476 equals 68x. Divide by 68, divide by 68. Okay, x equals 7. All right, cool. Again, not done. Not done. You have x equals 7. You got to put 7 in for x. Luckily, I already have the 50x right there. So what would the blue rectangle be? The area of the blue would be 50 times 7. I think that's 350. Here we go. The area of the blue would be 350. No label, just say 350. We all know it'd be unit squared. All right. Woofda. This is a good math problem. Really making me think. Here we go. What do we got here? Oh, jeez. Look at this last one. This one's just mean. If x equals 10 and y equals 5, how much more perimeter would the red and the blue have compared to only the white? Oh my goodness. We got to find the perimeter of the red, and we got to add the perimeter of the blue. And then we got to subtract the perimeter of the white. That's what it says when it says how much more. Okay, how much more would the red and blue perimeter have compared to only the white? Jeez Louise. Oh, man. So x equals 10 and y equals 5. So this is a situation where I think it'd probably be good, just to go back up to the original. Okay, so if x equals 10, you would be 3 times 10, so 30. You would still be 60. Okay, if y equals 5, 7 times 5 would be 35. You would still be 2. Okay, the base is 10. And then what was x again? X was 10, so you'd be 5 times 10, so you'd be 50. Okay, holy cow. So we have the base and the height. So I'm going to go and draw right on the shapes. Okay, so the height is 6. We'd have a 6, we'd have a 6, we'd have a 30, we'd have a 30. Okay, so the perimeter of the red would be 2 30s and 2 6s. Here we go. 2 30s plus 2 6s would be 72. Okay, so the perimeter of the red is 72. One piece down, a few more to go. Okay, again, they're not drawn to scale. These are kind of right there. This is obviously way off. There's no way the base would be 10 and then the height would be 50. Okay, just kind of making it up. There we go. Okay, so we have 2 10s and 2 50s. That's just 120, right? Here we go. So the perimeter of the blue would be 120. Okay. So again, how do you find perimeter? You add up all 4 sides. 2 10s is 20, 2 50s is 100. Again, how did I get this? I plugged in x equals 10. X equals 10. 5 times 10 is 50. 10 is 10. Okay. Ooh, this is a long math problem. This is a good one, though. Okay, we're almost done. It's not trip at the finish line. Here we go. Let's see here. The base would be 35. The height would be 2. 2 35s is 70. 72, 74. Okay, holy cow. Whew, we got all the perimeters. Let's finish this thing off here. Here we go. The red perimeter and the blue perimeter together, 72 plus 120 is that many, minus the 74, 118. The red and blue compared to the white would have 118 more perimeter units than only the white. Holy potatoes. Look at that math question. Isn't that thing a beauty? Hopefully you handled that with style and grace. All right, cool. That was the fled, flight, and flew.